Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Premier Perspective. Today we are here with the two Carabao Cup semifinals, Tottenham versus Brentford and Man City versus Man United. We're going to start off with Tottenham versus Brentford. So Ryan, go ahead.
All right, so the Tottenham Brentford game, it was an okay game. Honestly, Tottenham played their full squad, which at first when Javi and I looked at it together, he texted me. I was like, I wasn't too sure about it, but then kind of realized that Mourinho, he's realizing that the Prem might not be it for him, and that this is probably their best shot at getting a trophy. But with that City game today, City's really going to challenge them for it. They've won four in a row, or this is their fourth one in a row. But Tottenham played their full squad. Mourinho obviously sees it as his chance to get a trophy. Sissoko with the opening goal, Son with the second goal. Sissoko played really well, really proved he really like encased his talent as a box-to-box midfielder. Son, as you expect, really good play. It was such a Son goal, and you can't take away from it. It was great. Brentford looked like they were going to pull back a goal. They did. It was offsides. It was very close, but it definitely was offsides because he was in front of Sissoko. He was right in front of him, even though the actual margin was really close. But Brentford did as much as they could. They're doing well in the championship. Tony would have liked to see him do more, but again, championship striker, despite his 16 goals in 22 games, I'm pretty sure it is. He There's only so much you can do against a team like Tottenham with that strength that they have.
Yeah, there really was only so much that Tony and Brentford could do. I think Brentford did put a good effort though. They definitely looked like they were putting their full effort. They never really looked like completely outclassed. I definitely see them being in the Prem next year. I think that they have the capability of doing that. But Tottenham took advantage of having the easier side of the draw. Mourinho now is looking forward to the final that takes place in April, and he's going to be hoping to get his first trophy at Tottenham when that time comes. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up that game. And to the more exciting game, which just took place today, we have Man City versus Man United. As anyone who's been a recurring viewer of the channel knows, we're both pretty big Man City fans. So nice victory for us today. We definitely are happy with
Against
how the
United
game went.
at United too, like you can't beat it. You can't beat it.
Yeah, so City didn't necessarily. I feel like City didn't necessarily play at the highest of levels today, but they definitely did enough in terms of who they were playing against. I would have really actually liked to see more from United. I felt like with the way that they've been playing recently, I was expecting a little bit more of a battle from them today. I feel like they held their own as much as they could, but I feel like attacking wise, they lacked a bit. And I feel like that has a lot to do with what seems to be my I might be early to say this, but what might seem to be the best center back partnership in the world right now in
Right?
Diaz and
He already
Stone.
has this playing, right? Like I totally agree with that.
With the way they've been playing, they've shown a lot, and I think that Manchester City has been solid defensively. I believe that since Stones have been implemented into the starting lineup, they've only conceded 2 goals, and I'm not sure exactly how many games, but it's been a fairly good amount of games. So I think Diaz and Stones are putting together a partnership. I think Cancelo, he was a little shaky in the first half, but was definitely a lot better in the second. I thought he looked great. I thought Zinchenko also looked a little shaky because Rashford was on his wing the first half. But as Rashford calmed down, Zinchenko played a much better game. But defensively, I see the how good City has become.
Yeah, definitely in the Prem, 13 goals let up in 15 games. And they've just been, you can't doubt, they've just been playing really well. Even Cancelo in that second half, going into almost an inverted right back position as a CDM on the attack and falling back into that right back position after their attacks on the defensive end. And he was just really solid in that second half. Zinchenko, you could tell his inexperience. Pretty sure he's 24, 25 though. Hopefully he stays. I'd like to see him continue to play left back because as center mid, I personally don't think Zinchenko has the game intensity that City likes to have in that central midfield. But I think as a left back, as he continues, he'll like continue to be a big part of that starting 11.
Yeah, for sure. I think he definitely has the potential to continue playing at that position. It's just a matter of consistency and how well the other defenders are playing. but with two solid performances against Chelsea and United, that's a good way to get into the coach's right side. But going on more about how City attacked today, I thought they looked really fluid attacking. As I mentioned in the last time that we talked about City versus Chelsea, um, I just love seeing Foden and Sterling on the wings. Mares was a little shaky today, but I don't really blame him. He had to play that false nine role today, so it's something that's a little bit out of his comfort zone. But I feel like once we have implemented um, Jesus or Aguero back into that system, I don't see anyone stopping City. But as we've seen in past years, it seems like City's worst enemy is themselves. So it's only a matter of time to see if they're really going to accomplish something this year.
Yeah, and I would totally love to see them like get something done this year. I mean, going on to play Tottenham in the final in April of the Carabao Cup. Um, I honestly think they have a really good chance at this game because Tottenham. I feel like once City now, I feel like City has their attacking issues worked out a little bit more than they did the first time they played Tottenham in the Prem. And once City is able to play, and if City can score early like they used to in their title winning seasons, they could score first 15 minutes, even if like even first half, with that defensive like how like well they've been playing defensively, and they didn't really play well in that Tottenham game, so that wasn't a good judge of like a second matchup of them. So I would say City definitely have a good chance at this final. As for the FA Cup, there's still a couple rounds left, but I'm not sure who City plays next. Um,
City first game is Saturday, I believe, and
oh
it's
yeah,
against
Saturday.
Birmingham.
Okay, yeah, so they should be able to take it. And even in the Prem, we have a Prem table, a title race
Mhm.
update coming later in the week or at the weekend for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. But also, like like connecting to that, like going into that, like City definitely have a chance at it among other teams. It's so close this year, but City, like the way they've been playing, how well they've been doing defensively, best defensive record in the Prem, and compared to other teams, once they start scoring goals, like you said, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to stop them.
Yeah, definitely. I think the case right now is also looking at how this affects the forms of other teams. Liverpool's on a bit of a downward trend right now. Manchester United didn't really look the best today, but I feel like with the way that United have been, and surprisingly, for me, it's a bit of a surprise because I don't think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the right coach for the job, but he's been leading them to points, and they're with a win, they're top of the table. So I think that United definitely is going to put a fight. I don't know how long that fight will last for them, but I definitely think that they could take it to the end. I feel like City right now are, if you're looking at it compared to the other two teams, are the favorites. And I think that goes as well for the Carabao Cup final. I would say that City are the favorites. But, Mourinho's going to play his style as he usually does. And Pep has to just make sure that he sets his team up in the way that they play. I feel like a lot of times in big games, Pep tries and changes things up unnecessarily. You see these two big games against Chelsea and United playing similar systems, and it works for them. So I think that City just needs to keep doing what works for them.
Yeah, and that's pretty. There's not too much else on top of that. City, great game. Tottenham, love to see them play well and them play like a team and like get back into it. But that just about wraps it up for this video. We have a title race update about mid-season, not exactly, but just about coming later this week or at the weekend, as I said before. And the EFL Cup final is set for, I believe, late April, April 24th, I believe. I could be wrong. It's also subject to change again
Yeah,
with
it's
two.
around that time.
Yeah, but City can't wait to see what that holds for them. Tottenham could get their first trophy, but that's it for us for now. Hope to see you guys soon. Thank you for watching, and that's all.